The only reason my mom ever needed to believe I was faking was the 2 sick days I'd taken. 2 times was all it took for her to decide I loved playing hooky more than I feared failing. When my temperature spiked again at school, the principal's office called my mom, but all I heard was a cold snort from the receiver. "Ms. Harrison, please don't let her fool you. Willow is capable of anything to get out of class." Ms. Harrison's voice was firm. "Lydia, Willow has a fever of 104 degrees. If it goes any higher, it could be life-threatening." Only then did my mother agree to come. I waited in the nurse's office for what felt like an eternity, but my mother never showed. I had to brace against the biting December wind and walk home alone. The moment I managed to open the front door, Mom's hand shot out and pressed against my forehead. Then with a cold, cruel smirk, she shoved me back and slammed the door, locking me out. "I knew you were faking it again. Your forehead is ice cold. Where's the fever?" "Willow, you are truly a disappointment. You'll stop at nothing to get out of studying, will you?" The wind outside intensified. My vision was swimming in black spots. As consciousness started to fade, I had one desperate, silent thought. "Mom, can you please believe me this one time?" The winter wind felt like 1,000 tiny knives scraping my face raw. My body was radiating heat now, my brain slow and thick with fever. All my strength was leached away. I couldn't even stand straight. My eyes rolled back and the world tilted until I collapsed heavily onto the cold, unforgiving concrete path. All I could hear was the howl of the wind and my own harsh, ragged breathing. Each breath seared my throat like inhaling fire. A primal instinct for survival flickered to life. I dragged myself toward the iron front door and used every ounce of remaining energy to pound on the metal. "Mom, I'm not lying. Mom, I feel so sick. I think I'm going to pass out." I pressed my ear against the wood, and the sound of approaching footsteps sparked a tiny, desperate flame of hope. Did she believe me? Is she feeling sorry for me? Is she finally going to let me inside? The joy was suffocated the moment I heard her voice, ice cold, from the other side of the door. "It's been 2 minutes and you're already making a scene about dying. 2 minutes? Why can't you put this much effort into your grades? You'll stay right there and think about what you've done." She let out a dramatic sigh. "Willow, don't blame your mother. I'm doing this for your own good. If you don't suffer through the pain of studying now, you'll suffer through the pain of a worthless life later. You can have a good reflection out there." I wanted to plead, to explain, but her footsteps were already receding. It had only been 2 minutes, but with the freezing wind whipping around me, it felt like an eternity. A familiar rhythm of footsteps cut through my fading consciousness. Dad was home. He spotted me curled by the door and his face immediately darkened. He rushed forward and knelt, pulling me into his arms. "Willow, what are you doing out here? You're freezing. Get inside now. It's too cold to leave a kid out in this." He lifted me onto his back, and the familiar warmth pulled me momentarily back from the edge of the void. But as soon as he cracked the door open, Mom burst out. She slapped Dad's arm away, her voice a sharp screech. "Don't you dare let her trick you. This girl is faking sick to skip school. Look at her report card. She dropped 10 points and 2 whole ranks. All her energy is spent on these cheap tricks." Dad frowned, looking at my ghostly pale face, his tone wavering. "She doesn't look like she's faking, Lydia. What if she really is sick? And it's freezing out here. She's small. She can't handle this." "Sick? What kind of sick?" Mom grabbed Dad's hand and forced it onto my forehead. "Feel it yourself. She's clammy and cold. Does she feel like she has a fever? She's just putting on a show for sympathy so she doesn't have to study." Dad's hand touched my skin. I was so far gone that my body had broken out in a cold sweat. To his touch, I really didn't feel hot. He hesitated, and the worry on his face visibly softened. Seeing this, Mom immediately cranked up her volume. "See? What did I tell you? She's an actress. So young and already learning